Look at this mountain. For millions of years, it has stood here, solid, unforgiving, unmovable.
Born from tectonic shifts and the ancient crushing weight of the earth. This limestone has survived ice ages and the relentless march of time. But today, its reign ends.
Today, we are going to tear it down, piece by piece, and reshape it into the very foundation of human civilization.
Welcome to the belly of the beast. You are about to get a front row, point of view look
at one of the most brutal, mesmerizing, and mind-blowing industrial processes on Earth. Over the next 10 minutes, we are going to take boulders the size of cars and crush them to gravel. Let the destruction begin. You can't just walk up to a mountain and ask it to move. You have to break its spirit first. It all begins with the blast. Precision drilling rigs bore deep into the bedrock, planting calculated explosive charges. What took nature millions of years to build is dismantled in a fraction of a second. Once the dust settles, the heavy hitters roll in.
These aren't your average construction vehicles. They are steel titans.
Watch this front-end loader. Its bucket is made of reinforced steel, driven by hydraulics powerful enough to lift over 20 tons in a single scoop. The raw, jagged earth is scooped up and dropped into the beds of massive haul trucks. These dump trucks are so gargantuan that a grown human barely reaches the center of their tires. The ground literally shakes as they carry their destination? The primary crusher. The true beginning of the end for these giants of stone. The haul trucks arrive at the heart of the plant and dump their massive loads into a steel hopper.
The haul trucks arrive at the heart of the plant and dump their massive loads into a steel hopper. And it acts exactly like one. This machine doesn't cut. It doesn't slice.
It relies on pure, brute, compressive force. Inside this massive steel chamber, a V-shaped jaw operates on an eccentric shaft.
One side is stationary, while the other moves in a relentless, rhythmic, chewing motion.
When a boulder the size of a refrigerator falls into that gap, it has nowhere to hide. The rocks are pulled deeper into the V.
The physics here are staggering. The steel jaw applies hundreds of thousands of pounds of pressure per square inch.
Eventually, the rock's internal structural integrity simply gives up. It fractures, cracks, and violently shatters into dozens of smaller pieces.
It's a symphony of pure kinetic energy. You can almost feel the deep, bass-heavy crunch in your chest.
As the mountain is reduced to chunks the size of watermelons.
But we aren't done yet. Not even close.
Now reduced to more manageable sizes, the rocks begin their journey through the veins of the crushing plant.
The conveyor belts. This is an endless, hypnotic river of stone, flowing continuously at incredible speeds.
But before these rocks can be crushed any further, there is a vital, unseen step. Watch closely. Suspended directly over the fast-moving belt is a massive industrial electromagnet.
Why? Because the blasting and loading process isn't perfect. Sometimes rogue pieces of steel, like broken drill bits or stray rebar, get mixed in with the rock. If a solid chunk of steel makes it into the high-speed secondary crushers, it would cause catastrophic, explosive damage to the machinery.
The magnet acts as a silent guardian, pulling the metal out of the river of rock. ensuring only pure stone moves forward into the meat grinder.
The watermelon-sized rocks are still too big for the modern world. It's time for the secondary and tertiary stages, the impact crusher and the cone crusher.
Batting them against heavy steel curtains called anvils. The rocks literally shatter along their natural fault lines.
This violent impact is crucial because it gives the gravel a perfect, uniform, cubical shape. For harder rocks, the plant uses a cone crusher. Here, a heavy steel cone gyrates inside a fixed bowl.
As the gap between the cone and the bowl widens and narrows, the rocks are wedged and ground down through sheer attrition.
Not all gravel is created equal, and in the construction world, size is everything.
Enter the vibrating screens. These massive, angled steel decks are layered with wire mesh, each with a different hole size.
Heavy motors cause the entire deck to shake violently. As the rocks bounce, smaller pieces fall through the gaps,
while the larger pieces that don't fit ride the vibration to the end of the line, to be crushed again. Nothing is wasted. But there is one final problem. The violent crushing process leaves the gravel coated in a thick layer of fine rock dust and mud.
If you try to mix dusty gravel into concrete, it will crumble. The solution? The washing plant. Giant rotating spiral screws churn the gravel through high-pressure water jets, violently scrubbing the stones together.
The muddy water is drained away, leaving behind nothing but pure, polished, perfectly uniform stone.
Giant rotating spiral screws churn the gravel through high-pressure water jets, violently scrubbing the stones together.
What started this morning as an ancient, impenetrable mountain has been transformed into these massive stockpiles of perfect gravel.
These piles are the foundation of our modern world. Without this brutal process, there are no highways. The next time you walk on a pavement, remember the epic journey that stone took. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Every batch is rigorously tested for size, shape, and moisture content before it ever leaves the plant.
Once approved, it's time for dispatch. Every single ounce of rock is accounted for.
From a solid, millions of years old mountain to the concrete in your city.